Okay, we're going to continue on today. I was just looking at the almanac. We just had the full beaver moon, the great full moon whenever it's the closest, in November. And that was on the 15th of November. And now the moon's getting smaller. And that means it's a good time to plant below ground crops, your turnips, your radish, and what all you want to plant for below ground crops. The best days in November are the 15th, the 18th, the 19th, the 25th, and the 29th. And it's also a good time to transplant your collard plants, Georgia collards, good wintertime crop. It's a good time to transplant those on the 17th, 18th, 21st, 23rd, and 31st. So it's time to get out there and get busy in your garden here in North Florida. It hasn't gotten that cold yet here in North Florida. We got down to 41 degrees, but we haven't got any frost yet. And the grass is still green, but it's not growing very fast. The angle on the sun is way down. The longest day, or the shortest day and the longest night, is December the 21st, the wintertime equinox, and then the days start getting longer. So our days are less than 11 hours now. So solar doesn't work real good with the angle of the sun down low like that. But you still make quite a bit because a lot of solar energy, because normally during November and October we get a lot of sun. It's normally dry during that time of the year. And we haven't had much rain here lately, so it's starting to get kind of low on moisture. So that's another reason why the grass isn't growing very much, is because we haven't had much rain here lately. Now we're going to continue on in our Father's Word. This is 1 Samuel chapter 28. And it came to pass in those days, the Philistines gathered their armies together for warfare, to fight with Israel. And Achish said unto David, Know thou surely that thou shalt go out with me to battle, thou and thy men. And David said to Achish, Surely thou shalt know what thy servant can do. And Achish said unto David, Therefore I will make thee keeper of mine head forever. Now Samuel was dead, and all Israel had lamented for him, and buried him in Ramah, even to his own city. And Saul had put away those that had familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land. And the Philistines gathered themselves together and pitched in Shunem. And Saul gathered all together, and they pitched in Gilboa. And when Saul saw the host of the Philistines, he was afraid, and his heart greatly trembled. And when Saul inquired of the Lord answered him not, neither by dreams, or by the Urim, nor by prophets. Then said Saul unto his servants, Seek me a woman that has a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said unto him, Behold, there is a woman that hath a familiar spirit at Endor. And Saul disguised himself and put on other raiment, and he went, and 2 men with him. And they came to the woman by night, and he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring him up, whom I shall name unto thee. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul hath done, how he hath cut those that have familiar spirits, and the wizards out of the land. Wherefore then layest thou a snare for my life, to cause me to die? And Saul sware to her by the Lord, saying, As the Lord liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Then said the woman, Whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, Bring me up Samuel. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spake to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, for what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out of the earth. And he said unto her, What form is he of? And she said, An old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel. And he was stooped with his face on the ground, and bowed himself. And Samuel said to Saul, Why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and God is departed from me, and answereth me no more, neither by prophets nor by dreams. Therefore have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do. Then said Samuel, Wherefore then thou dost ask of me, seeing the Lord is departed from thee, and is become thine enemy? And the Lord hath done to him as he spake by me. For the Lord hath rent the kingdom out of thine hand, and given it to thy neighbor, even to David, because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord, nor executeth his fierce wrath upon Amalek. Therefore hath the Lord done this thing unto thee this day. Moreover, the Lord will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the Philistines. And tomorrow thou shalt and thy sons be with me. And the Lord also shall deliver the host of Israel into the hand of the Philistines. Then Saul fell straightway all along on the earth, and was sore afraid, because of the words of Samuel. And there was no strength in him, for he had eaten no bread all that day, nor the night. And the woman came unto Saul, and saw that he was sore troubled, and said unto him, Behold, thine handmaid hath obeyed thy voice, and hath put my life in my hand, and have hearkened unto thy words which thou spakest unto me. Now therefore I pray unto thee, hearken thou also unto the voice of thine handmaid, and let me set a morsel of bread before thee, and eat, that thou may have strength when thou goest on thy way. But he refused and said, I will not eat. But his servants, together with the woman, compelled him. And he hearkened unto their voice. So he arose from the earth, and sat upon the bed. And the woman had a fat calf in the house, and she hasted and killed it, and took flour and kneaded it, and did bake unleavened bread thereof. And she brought it before Saul, and before his servants, and they did eat. Then they rose up, and went away that night. Now this is 1 Samuel chapter 29. Now the Philistines gathered together all the armies to Aphek, and the Israelites pitched by the fountain which was in Jezreel. And the lords of the Philistines passed by hundreds and by thousands. But David and his men passed on in the reward with Achish. Then said the princes of the Philistines, What do these Hebrews here? And Achish said unto the princes of the Philistines, Is not this David, the servant of Saul, the king of Israel, which has been with me these days, or these years? And I have found no fault in him since he fell unto me unto this day. And the princes of the Philistines were wroth with him. And the princes of the Philistines said unto him, Make this fellow return, that he may go again to his place which thou hast appointed him. And let him not go down with us to battle, lest in the battle he be an adversary to us. For wherewith should he reconcile himself